Yeah, so at this point, I noticed that he was only coming around when he seemed to need money or thought I got paid or something. And now, so I had a prostitute because I was buying sex. Okay, so basically, I had a prostitute, and I had this little idea in mind, and I wanted to see to fruition because I always remember I told you guys that I always saw myself having my own business and always wanted to have my own business. So I had a business idea and a business plan that I had in mind from the moment I found out that I was pregnant. And so I was saving towards executing that. And I was about to leave this job because again the owner was going to sell the company, and I just didn't want to go into work for anyone. I wanted to be working for myself. And so I had told him this, and he was like, he was trying to encourage me not to leave the job because I didn't tell him that the company was being sold. I just told him that I was thinking of leaving this work, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I think you should keep it. It's good money, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why are you encouraging me to do something that I don't want to do? What if you do this and it don't work out? I'm like, well, then it don't work out. Like, I tried. And then I realized he was getting real defensive because then he realized that the money would go down, and that's the only reason why he's around. You have male gold diggers too. No hate or shade to them. That's fine. Do you, boo? So, um, yeah. At this point, he was moving kind of funny and all this, and my girlfriend came back to me and was like, "Now the girl is pregnant." I was like, "What?" And the same person was like, "Yep." I was like, "Okay." This time they came with names and everything, and I was like, "But I know this girl that you're talking about." And I was like, "Yep." Everybody has it that that's his wife, and um, I got information about how he was at work bragging about how he got money and this, that, and the third, and blase, blase, with, you know, and how he got his money. So apparently, I was the aunt that was giving him money. I was a rich aunt that was giving him money, you know? I was like, wow, okay, cool. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So I got all that information again. You confront a person with this, they're going to say that the where you get the information from is wrong, it's lying, blah, blah, blah. So at this point, I was talking to his brother and I was telling his brother some stuff, and his brother was like real apprehensive about certain stuff. But he's like, you know, when you want to tell somebody something because you're like, this person does not deserve this type of treatment. But at the end of the day, this is my brother and I don't want to go again. So, whatever. And I think the brother went to him and said, listen, you need to tell this girl that you have another woman pregnant. Like, it's not fair. Like, it's not fair to her. Like, you doing this, you doing all this shady stuff, you doing all these things, you need to stop. So I think the brother convinced him to come clean with me. So when I did ask him about this pregnancy again and all this, he was like, yes, I do. And I can't do nothing about it because I told her to do an abortion and she wouldn't do it. I'm like, what? You think that would make things better? Like you? What? Which I'm sure he didn't, but he was trying to say anything at this point to save face with me. I didn't blow up. I didn't start cussing or nothing. I was tricked out. I didn't care. And again, I wasn't in love, so it was nothing on my plate or on my table. I was settling. I was knowingly settling For real, for real. And God was like, girl, this is not where you were supposed to be. This is not where you're supposed to stop. So, bam, here are some couples things for you not to stop. Because at this point, you're letting people play on your self-esteem at this point, and you know you a goddess. You need to get up. You need to move on. You need not to settle. And so this was God's way of, basically pushing me out. So it wasn't something that I cried over. Like the other relationship, I really was into the person. This one I wasn't. I was just settling. And I really did acclimatize myself that I was paying for sex. So I really did. Because if you ask my girlfriend, she would tell you. Because I called him my male prostitute. After a time, he was known as my male prostitute. Because that's what he was. Because at that point, he only come around when he wanted money. So I only called him when I was about to give him some money. So I was purchasing at this point. Because again, I wasn't in love with this dude. I respected him, but I lost all respect for him. So he became my male prostitute. He became what I went to when I wanted sex. To put it any other way, I'd be lying. So, right. So, he became my knowing male prostitute. Not to him, but among me and my friend. She knew that this was my male prostitute because I'm not the time to go around, sleep around and all that. And we was already sleeping together. So I was like, whatever. And I stopped giving him money. I was like, I don't got it. At one point, this dude tried to come to me and tell me that I gave him an STD. I'm not, nigga, what? If I gave you an STD, it's only because you gave it to me and I'm giving it back to you. I didn't give you shit. And he was like, oh, we need to go to the doctor, blase, blase. And so this was his attempt to get some money out of me. I was like, okay, what doctor you going to? So he told me whatever. I'm like, listen, I'm going to my doctor. He was like, no, I prefer to go to this doctor, blah, blah, blah. So I then asked the doctor, like, how much is it? I'm going to pay for it. How much is it to do his whatever? So the person told me I pay. I never put another dime in his hand. And I went to my doctor and I did a complete culture test. A complete culture test. I still have that test. Like, I wanted to frame it. When I say I did a complete vaginal culture test, I tested for everything. 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 There's not, I probably even tested for cancer at this point of the blood and bones. I tested for everything. My results came back. I didn't even have a yeast infection. I didn't even have vaginitis. I had nothing. It was clean. Cootie Papa was clean because I have a close, whenever I'm sexually active, I have a really close relationship with my gynecologist. I have a doctor that I visit twice a year whenever I'm sexually active because at the end of the day, I don't trust y'all. I've never trusted y'all. Not only that, I'm allergic to condoms. And oh my God, I don't know if I should go into deep details with this, but as it relates to semen, I guess I'm allergic to semen too. I don't know. I'm not allergic to it, but it does it does affect me. It does affect my pH balance. So that's why I have a really close relationship with my doctor whenever I'm sexually active because I want everything down there to be clean, and I like my cootie cat smelling like my cootie cat. I don't want my cootie cat smelling like nothing else. And so I know what everything looks like. I know what my culture is supposed to look like. I know what I look like before I'm supposed to have a period. I know what it looks like after I have a period. I know what my period looks like because I inspect everything. It's my body. I know what's going on with it. But I guess people don't think that way. I love my body. So I treat my body as such because I'm in love with me. I'm in love with my body. So I treat my body how I take care of my body. So it got to the point when this dude realized that he wasn't able to get any more money out of me. And I didn't disown him. I was not talking to him. I was waiting on him to tell me the truth, but he wasn't. I was just there around for him to tell me the truth still. Even though he told me that, yeah, he had a kid on the way, blah, blah, blah. I was waiting on him to tell me the truth because I knew him and this girl was in a relationship. I knew when he went to her house. I knew what cab he took. I knew how he took the cab. And it's not like I went around asking these questions. It's just that I'm pretty well known and he doesn't know this. So whenever they saw him with me and they were like, that's the guy you're going with, I'm like, yeah, this is the person I'm going with. He's not denying it because he introduced me as the girl he's going with. And so because of that, and I'm known, when people see certain things, they tell someone else, and that person that they tell knows me, and that person comes back to me and give me all the information, date, time, location. Right? So if I wanted to pop up on him and this girl, I could have, but ain't no dude worth that. Ain't no dude worth my time like that. So I let him do him. I was just waiting on him to tell me the truth. He wasn't. So anyway, his daughter came into the world. His daughter was born and blah, blah, blah. And he had the nerve to take his daughter to introduce me. I was like, it's a pretty little girl, you know? And then he was like, oh my God, I have to do everything by myself and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're a guy. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take care of your kid. What you looking at me for? Like, I have a kid. Like, he was like, and he was making it sound like the mom is not doing anything and the mom doesn't want to really work to help and blah, 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 which was a lie. I knew it was a lie, but I didn't care. I was like, do you realize I have a kid? Have you ever helped me taking care of my kid? So why are you asking me for money for your kid? I don't give two shits about your kid. She's cute, but I don't give two shits about her. I told him this straight up. Like, go talk to his mama. What the hell are you talking to me for? I'm not her mama. That's what I said to him. And he tried to manipulate money out of me so many different ways. And then when nothing was working and he saw that nothing was working, he finally backed down. Still didn't tell me nothing. Still hid everything. But when he backed down, I just deleted and blocked him. I didn't want to hear from him, see him. That was when I didn't want to have nothing to do with him. If he had in that moment said, listen, I effed up, I was playing the field, you know. If he had just been forthright with me, because like I said, I wasn't in love with him. So if he was just forthright with me, we would have been cool. We would have been cool to this very day. We would have been cool, but he wasn't. And so because of that, we wasn't cool. And because he tried to say I gave him an STD, it made it even worse. Because this girl has never, like I said, I did a culture test and not even vaginitis it came back with. Everything was where it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to be. Everything was balanced. Everything was cool. Everything was great. Peachy clean. I didn't even need it. After the examination, the doctor didn't even need to give me no antibiotic because they were like, oh, we see an imbalance of culture and we are just concerned about it. So we're just going to give you a little antibiotic. Not even that. That's how clean it was. That's how pristine it was. So, anyways, and that pissed me off that he did that too, just for some money, just to try and get some money, so that he thought I was going to give him some money. Oh my God, take my money, go to the doctor. You think I was going to do that? Hell no. Anyways, I cut him out. I cut him out. I saw him like a few years after at a club that he frequents often. I didn't know that he would still be going to that club so often. Because I wasn't going there. Like if I went there to that place, I would go there in the day. But I wasn't really going clubbing much like that anymore. So I went there one time. I went clubbing one night and he tried to send someone to call me. I was like, who the hell is that? I said, I don't know nobody by that name. Don't bring nobody. Like, I'm vicious. I'm freaking vicious. I'm like, no. And the person came to me again. I'm like, listen, do you want to be able to have a conversation with me when you see me? He was like, yeah. I'm like, well, don't ever come back to me about anything about this dude. Because the dude is going to come back and say, oh, this person is saying they don't know what they did to you. They don't know how they did you wrong. Why are you being like this? Which made me even more angry. I was so pissed that he had the audacity to be talking like that. No apologies, no nothing. And you wanted me to come to you? Nigga, please. You come to me. What the fuck you think this is? Who the do you think I is? Who you think you messing with, boy? Like, I was full Mo Beyonce there. Minus the going back part. So, I left that alone. That situation, that ended there. The next video, we'll move on to the next.